Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's up, Lakers Nation? I just kind of want to do a quick WattsCast here and touch in on last night's game against the Cleveland Cavaliers with the debut of DFS and Shake Milton. And although this game didn't quite go the way we wanted it to, we couldn't really keep up with Cleveland's firepower, to be honest with you. I liked a lot of what I saw out there. I do want to talk about possible moves that I think would even help as well, similar to what I touched on in our last video. But the Cleveland Cavaliers beat our Los Angeles Lakers 122 to 110. This game could have very well been a huge blowout. Cleveland was hot. We had a lid on the basket for majority of the game, and Cleveland was basically able to kill us with threes. Now, this is the number one team as far as record in the NBA. They are a crazy 29-4, insane work. But Cleveland's really cooking this year. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the dub, but there were a couple good things I want to talk about here. First off is DFS. The man, let me show my screen here. The man, he looked good. He looked good out there. DFS brought some toughness. He brought some defense. I think he hit a couple of shots. Was able to help spread the floor for us. But this dude, I think he's going to be good. I think he's a good fit for what we have on our team. And Shake Milton, I'm pretty sure Shake Milton was like one of the first people I've seen that actually hit their first shot. We also have to talk about Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, 35, 10, and 9. Damn near another triple double. Austin Reeves is a big part of why we even stayed in the game to begin with. He was all hard out there. He was going for loose balls. He was crashing the glass. He was making the right reads. He was hitting his shots. He was getting to the hole. He was getting fouled. Austin Reeves, I know some people, for whatever reason, aren't the biggest fan of Austin Reeves and say we should trade him. I don't understand. You say that when you get the production that you get from this man with the contract that he's under. He's a huge, huge, huge bargain. Shake Milton hitting their first attempt at three. I think he actually went to drive to the basket and then stepped back and shot in and swished it. And then, Austin Reeves in his last three games, 35, 9, and 10, 26, 6, and 16, including a game winner, and 26, 10, and 10. I mean, the dude's really, really been balling. But this is a big part of our problem right here. There was a lid on the basket. I mean, we just couldn't shoot. And there was a point in the game where Cleveland even went cold and we were able to get back into it. I think we even took the lead by 1 point. I think it was like in the second quarter or early in the third. And then I think Cleveland hit like back-to-back threes, or they hit a three and then had two layups, and then they ran the score back up. They ran the lead back up to 7. I think it ended up getting up to like 11. And the Lakers kept climbing back. They had some good defensive plays. This was one of them here. It was good defensive play, outlet pass a little too long. LeBron was able to catch it, fire it all in motion, and that's one play that actually helped us get back into the game a bit there. But let's take a look at some of our numbers here. Anthony Davis had a quiet 28 points. It didn't even seem like he scored that much when watching it in real time. But 28 and 13 for AD. Rui had a bit of a struggle. He had a lot of shots that went in and out. As of the whole team, there was a lot of shots that actually went in the rim, spun around, and then popped back out. It was insane, insane work to watch there. LeBron was 23, 7 and 4. So not a bad game from a 40-year-old man there, but a plus minus is a little, yeah, same with Roy's, but I feel like plus minus is a big team stat, and Cleveland was hot and we weren't. So I expect most people, if not everybody, to have a negative plus minus. Austin Reeves, we've talked about 35, 10, and 9. Just continues to be an ascending star. Darvin Ham said he could be an all-star, and I know people laughed at it at the time. But, I mean, the more you watch this guy, the more you can see flash of greatness here. Max Christie had a bit of a struggle too. He also had a bunch of shots go in and out. If some of our shots drop, man, just a couple more of our shots drop, we'd have been in much better shape. I don't know. Let's see. Can we see 3-point attempts? Here it is. As a team, we were 9 for 35 for 25%. They were 18 of 46. They hit literally twice as many threes that we did. And that was the difference in the game. More than the difference. That's 18 points. No, I lied. What's math? That's 27 points. That's a 27-point difference in just threes. A lot of ours is probably made up on the free throw line. Don't connect. A bit of struggle to get it going here. I think Cam Reddish came in and gave us some good minutes. Dorian Finney-Smith definitely came in and gave us some good minutes, regardless if he didn't get a lot of points. And yeah, look at this. He's a +7. We just couldn't put the ball in the basket, man. AD, LeBron, and Austin Reeves were the only ones who were able to score. But then you come over here, and Evan Mobley got 20. Jarrett Allen got 27. Garland got 14, and he made a few threes. Donovan Mitchell was out there lighting it up. He had 6 threes himself. Dean Wade was out there doing cardio, but it didn't matter because there's so much more firepower on the floor. It didn't even matter. So tough game for our debut. It was cool to have LeBron back in Cleveland the game after his birthday, back in Cleveland where it all started. Now he's 40 years old, the only player to play as both a teenager and a 40-year-old, which is kind of crazy. I know Kareem played into his 40s. I think he played to 42, but he obviously didn't start in the NBA until he was in his 20s. I think he went to college for 4 years, so I can't remember exactly, but anyway, I liked what I saw as far as the fight from our guys. That's what I wanted to touch on. Although our shot wasn't falling, the reason that we stayed in this game is because we were showing some energy out there. It's because we acted like we wanted to be there, and we were fighting, and we were playing scrappy defense. Part of what kind of got us off to a bad foot at the beginning was the damn turnovers again. We got to hold on to the damn ball, or it's going to be a long day. You can say that about any team. You got to hold on to the ball. So we had a lot of careless turnovers. Cleveland was very tenacious, if that's the right word, as far as going after the ball, poking the ball out, stripping the ball away from people, just ripping it away, fighting for possessions down low under the basket, getting blocks. Cleveland's really, really good. So unfortunately, we weren't able to secure the win, but it was a good measuring stick against a good team. I'll say that. And I think I don't want to say we held our ground, but we showed that we are willing to compete, and we showed that maybe another piece or two will help us against these higher upper echelon teams. Which brings me to my next point. There is a couple of names that were linked to the Lakers here as far as, let's see. As far as trade candidates, a bunch of people are making fun of us for losing. One second for me. Here we are. This isn't exactly the one I was looking for, but it's close enough. So, where I think we could use the help the most is at center. I think it's obvious, in my opinion. But Jared Allen and Evan Mobley was a lot for Anthony Davis to handle, and Jackson Hayes has been dressing these last couple games, but he's not getting any run. So I don't know what the point of having him is. No disrespect. Actually, fuck Jackson Hayes. I don't care. I think we got to cut him or just simply trade him. I don't know what we're doing. But a couple people here, a couple that aren't pictured, um, but a couple that are. Walker Kessler is definitely my number one. His contract is manageable. Give up a first round pick. Jackson Hayes, and I think, what's the dude? JHS. It's very easy number to get to with Walker Kessler. So that's my number one. You have to give up a first round pick, but you don't have to gut the team. I think trying to trade for too much, like a De'Aaron Fox, is going to gut our team. And it's going. We have already seen what it is with three superstars. Unless it's Kyrie or Dame or somebody that knows a proven shooter, a proven clutch scorer, I'm not gutting my team for anybody like that. I just think it's too risky with LeBron being older and Anthony Davis now in his 30s and the plantar fasciitis. I just think it's a recipe for potential disaster. I do like Robert Williams, or Rob, I can't remember his name, um, but I am a fan of his. I liked him when he was on the Celtics. He's injury prone and he's expensive, so he wouldn't be my number one, but I would not be mad if we got him. Nick Richards is another dude that's been linked to us. I'm not real familiar with his game. I'm pretty sure he plays for the Hornets. But since I'm not real familiar with him, I'm hoping he's not super expensive. So maybe he could be somebody we could get without having to give up a whole lot of capital. Cal Kuzma, I would love to have, but I just don't see it. He would be too expensive as far as money and draft capital. Same with Jeremy Grant. I think they would want too much for him for what he actually provides. I am a fan of Colin Sexton. Not a fan of giving up a first round pick for Colin Sexton, but I think he's a scrappy defender with some size that we can really use. Bruce Brown, I'm not a big fan of his either. I think he's too expensive. And I think he's small for what we need. But I mean, if we have DFS and Vando comes back, maybe we could use a little bit more help around the perimeter. Whereas Vando can guard the perimeter, but he can also guard down low. And DFS is more of a person that guards down low a bit. So, I mean, we have a couple of options here, but my number ones would definitely be Walker Kessler. If we could swing like a Cam Johnson for the other first round pick, I would do it just to give us some size, some shooting, and some floor spacing. Because I think we could use another guard slash wing player, someone in that 6'4" to 6'7" ish range, that can move their feet, guard the perimeter, and defend. And maybe a shooter, maybe a cheap shooter. I know Bogdanovich is on the Nets too, which is kind of crazy. But I think we need number one is a center. Number two is a perimeter defender, somewhere between like the 6'4" to 6'7" range, and if possible, a reliable shooter. I know that shooters are expensive. Maybe we can get one that's more of a shooter and maybe isn't that good in other places. So we can kind of, try to do a bit of a bargain there. But that's my thoughts. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you think we need the most? What do you think would help the team the most and help us kind of complete this? This is our first stepping stone, and I think it's a good one, but obviously we need a little bit more. And we still have a good bit of time to, look at the team. This was only one game, and it was against a very good Cleveland Cavaliers team. So we got time to evaluate and see what we want to do. But you guys let me know. I appreciate anybody who watched this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Appreciate you guys pulling up to the WattsCast, and we'll catch you later. GG's.